So after the ICF walls were put up, we called in our framer to start framing out the house. And we also had our trusses delivered. They start out by framing the interior load-bearing walls. They also did some framing on the lanai, and then they start setting the trusses. One thing we wanted to do is we wanted to fill in these control joints that were cut into the concrete because they're actually cut all the way to the edge of the slab. This is a control crack or a control joint. They cut this into the slab so that whenever it cracks, you can see here, the slab is cracked. But then it reaches here and stops. Right, it won't just continue cracking. So it gives it a spot to basically crack to, and can stop the cracking. But when they cut these, they cut all the way to the edge of the slab and actually through the edge. So now you have an exposed opening from the outside into your house. So there's ants crawling through here right now, and this can also be an entry point for termites from the outside. So we're gonna fill the outsides and fill all these. Now you may think, okay, well, why don't you just fill the outside and call it good? Because if the outside fails, you have a backup underneath your flooring and anywhere where that, like if there's a wall sitting here, that could be an entry. If it fails outside, if you fill this with epoxy, or not, you don't have to fill it all the way, but if you put a layer of epoxy, it's less likely to fail inside than it is to fail outside, because outside's exposed to all the elements and stuff. So it just gives you a second a layer of protection to prevent termites from getting in and then going up into your walls. So look at those ants. Ants crawling right up in here, coming in and out. So I'm gonna do seal that up. And then I'll smooth it out just like I did on the inside. And then I'll seal up the inside too. Here I'm using Trimco Daimonic FC caulk. It is a fast curing caulk that's meant for concrete. I'm filling in all the control joints, and then I'll follow along with a 6-inch drywall knife to smooth it out, and then scrape up any excess, and then use that excess to fill in any small voids that I might find along the way. All the trusses have now been set onto our load-bearing walls, and the next steps will be to add sheeting to the trusses, as well as plywood to the fascias and soffits, and then finish all the interior wall framing and secure all the walls with strapping.